Antigua and Barbuda. The beach is just the beginning. At the heart of the Caribbean lies the kind of island you dream about. Cushioned by white sandy shores, blessed by 365 pristine beaches, one for every day of the year. Antigua, tropical gem in a turquoise sea. Consisting of two major islands, Antigua and Barbuda, which lies between the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean. There is just so much to do in Antigua and Barbuda, you certainly cannot get bored. So we look forward to hugging a stingray, or flying through the forest like Tarzan on zip lines, or getting a bird's eye view on Shirley Heights, or visit the daunting historic site of the Devil's Bridge, or going back to plantation history in Betty Hope. Let's go, Betty Hope. Behind me are ruins of a still house and two large stone windmills. Sir Christopher Codrington named it after his daughter, and here it is, Betty Hope. Betty Hope is the largest sugar plantation on the island. It is dated as far back as 1651. More than just a sugar plantation, but it represents slavery. It represents a memory of plantocracy. It represents a memory of Africanism. From Betty Hope, we are just 25 minutes from the most photographed spot on the island, Shirley Heights. 1781, yeah, olden times, we're in 2017, but we are on the Shirley Heights, one of the best views in Antigua. Got its name from Governor Sir Thomas Shirley. This here was a British military defense to fight off the French. You know how the history went. From this point, the view of English Harbour and Falmouth Harbour greets your eyes. Zipline tours are becoming very popular vacation activity. Attention adrenaline junkies, are you ready to be suspended on a cable? Help! I'm falling in the fig tree! Usually stainless steel and mounted on rope, it was designed to enable a user to be propelled by gravity, to travel from the top to the bottom of inclined cable, holding on or attaching to a freely moving pulley. Yes, this is it. It's the rope course. It is the zip line. It is the adult playground. Are you craving aerial adventure? Imagine the zip lines, the suspension bridges, the rope challenges. Oh my goodness, you just need to be here. Antigua Rainforest Zipline Tour. If you never experienced aerial adventure before, you need to experience it. I'm here with Sade. Sade, you didn't prepare me for this? I was not prepared. I mean, even if you zipline before, this experience is like the ultra experience. It's different. I'm not going to sell it out because you need to be here. You need to experience this. Shade, yes. How long have you all been established?
We've been established in 2006, late 2006, 10 years and going. And it's a very adrenaline rush, a lot of excitement.
Adrenaline? This is a heroin multiplied by 10. You don't need no alcohol. You don't need no drug. You just come in for a natural high. And we literally high. We in the sky on zip lines, people. Shade, walk us through. Walk us through. So what you have? How many zip lines?
We have 13 zip lines in total with a 9-element challenge course. You can't beat that. You get so much to do in 2 hours and a half.
Wow. Wow, but tell them about the obstacle course. Tell them about that.
Well, with the obstacle course, you have the chicken walk, the Elvis dangle, the bridges, the nets, the swings, so much.
It's so much. It's just so much. Shade, this was an experience that everyone, I think, at least once in your life should have.
Yes, you gotta do it, and then you can mark it off your bucket list, and you also can prove to the world that you did it with your certificate of bravery. All right?
A certificate. Let me see this. A certificate. Listen, not even a degree could match up. You need a doctorate when you finish this obstacle course. Because like they say, it's really an obstacle course. I mean, obstacles sometimes slow us down, but it doesn't stop us. Because when we cross a hurdle and we can cross another one, you feel like a hero. I was feeling like Tarzan and Jane, like, oh, look, hey, I was Jane on them lines. If you see me, you think monkeys alone can have fun? Look at us.
Oh, yeah. And on top of that, you can be, as they say, Tarzan and Jane, on our longest and highest line behind of us called the Screamer. And our professional rangers encourage you to scream on the top of your lungs.
You don't have to encourage us to scream. You're screaming naturally. You don't have to encourage anything, Shade. This was the height of my experience in Antigua. I must say that it was epic. Thank you, and thank you again.
You're
have a good one.
You too.
I'll see you on the lines, right?
Yes.
Behind me here is the statue of the master blaster himself. Yes, Sir Vivian Richards. And cricket to Antiguans is not just a sport, but rather a religion. I heard somebody say, what, T20? We are here with the Honorable Chet Green, the minister that carries several portfolios. Minister of Trade, Minister of Commerce, Minister of Sport, Culture, National Festivals. Minister Green, did I leave out any?
You did, but it's quite okay.
Which one of them?
For the purpose of today's conversation, I'm sure sports is enough.
Sport, yes. Right now, we are celebrating Sailing Week Regatta. And Regatta, I was told, was to extend the tourism season for the hoteliers, yes?
That's correct. That's the genesis of the event.
Very good. Sailing Week started with Antiguans, yes?
Yes, we are still the mecca of Caribbean yachting. In particular, my constituency area of St. Paul's in Mishaba. That's where the Sailing Week originated and still operates. We some 50 years ago, started.
That's a long time.
Very important national staple. It, as you said, was first created with a view of extending the traditional winter tourist season, filling beds and bringing bodies. And today it continues to be a relevant product for Antigua and Barbuda economy and for the whole build-out of a very powerful sports tourism platform.
Quite true. I see, what I want to find out most of all is that with the globalization of culture and cultural hegemony for the Anglo-Americans, how have you, as Minister of National Festivals, retain culture and stop cultural erasure? Because right now, that is a growing problem within the Caribbean island, cultural erasure. What have you implemented in order for Antigua and Barbuda to retain her culture?
We, like most of the Caribbean, have a lot of problems or challenges. And so, for example, as a new government and someone steeped in culture and cultural development, supported by my cabinet minister, of course, we have made certain interventions and continue to make certain critical project implementations or changes. We, for the first time this carnival, we're creating what is being called an emancipation village. Because when you talk of carnival and its origins, it is really
You're talking about the history.
It's really rooted
in Africanism.
Africanism, and more particularly the emancipation from slavery.
Yes.
But over the last several years, decades, there has been an erasure, as you call it, of that element. It become more jam and wine. Steelman, of course, has had some dominance, but the cultural industries per se have been left out.
Minister Green, in light of the globalization of culture, how have you as a Minister of National Festival been able to retain culture, been able to revive or give a rebirth to the originality or authenticity of Antigua and Barbudan culture?
A very difficult undertaking, but one which we have no alternative but to pursue.
A natural arch of limestone carved by the sea over the blustery Atlantic. This spot has a dark narrative, the Devil's Bridge. Yes, here is where the slaves, actually when they run away from the sugar plantations, will jump to their deaths. A real grim history. We are in St. John's, Antigua, and very much a part of culture is clothing. And we are with Liz Fanis, yes, Zeitgeist. Liz, did I get it right?
You did, Kezek.
Tell me about the history of this name. Zeitgeist is of what origin?
It's German.
Oh.
And I came by this name quite by accident. This used to be a radical design shop. And when I gave up the franchise, I was thinking of calling the shop the Zen Code. So I just went to my dictionary just to get a little insight into the word Zen, to know how to position the shop with it. And there came up this word Zeitgeist. I thought, but I like the sound of that. When I read the meaning, I liked it even better.
What does it mean?
Spirit of the times.
Oh, spirit of the times. I can see it. Movement of the fabric, spirit of the times. Yes. So Liz, exactly what are you, Antiguan?
No, I'm Trinidadian actually.
She's another Trini. Yes. So what motivated you to come to Antigua?
Again, quite by accident. Like I said, it used to be a radical design shop, but it came to being by me being a radical design customer first. I used to live in South Africa and I'd come home every summer and get my collection from Gary Hunt in Trinidad. And one day I walked in and I was thinking, in fact, we were just talking and I said, you know what? Maybe one day I would like to do this, I'd like to, get into fashion. And he says, but we have a failed franchise in Antigua. And the rest is history, as they say.
It reveals itself. And looking at you, Liz, you look very high fashion. The hair, the glasses, the color. So I don't know if your store compliments you or you compliment your store.
I don't know which comes first, the chicken or the egg,
Okay, whichever. Liz Fanis, it was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure meeting another Trinidadian entrepreneur. And I say you keep it up because you have the look. Her clothing line is fabulous. And I say keep going. Best wishes.
Yes, same to you, Han. And thanks for talking to me today.
You're most welcome. If you have a lifelong fear of stingrays, this should banish that fear forever. So welcome to Stingray City. We are on our way. Just a 5-minute speedboat and we are there. Stingray City, we are coming. Stingray.
And you're gonna let the audience see you like this?
I don't even care.
Okay. No. They will come. Okay, now the thing is, if you had come here and there wasn't any, you would want to wear the stickers there. But now that you're actually at
There's so many of them all over.
But that's the beauty about it. That's the beauty of it. They only come because of the food. When the food is done, they're gonna go. They'll leave. I promise you, they'll leave. But don't worry, you see, as I said, because you stand around like this, they will come to you thinking that you're feeling. That's it. If you notice when they come, they just brush up against it. It's just like a dog or a cat. They come and just brush up against it just to get a little affection. That's it. That's all. You have nothing to do with it.
Love and affection?
Of course.
I'm with Pooja, and Pooja is from Canada, and Pooja right now we are 35 feet high. Are you getting an adrenaline rush?
Yes, I am.
Pooja, so you're actually going to do this, right?
I'm going to do this.
And the water is 15 feet deep, and we are 35 feet high. Yes?
I'm going to do this, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll be your cheerleader.
Thank you.
I'll cheer you on. Yes, I say go Pooja, okay Pooja. Yeah.
Okay.
So we cheering on Pooja now. Woo! Yeah, you can go. Pooja is going. Oh my God! We are on the boat, yes, we are on the boat in Antigua, a refurbished oil tanker. If you want an adrenaline rush, you have to try this. It's the water park, it's the slides, it's the rope, it's the trampoline.
It's
oh my
blob.
God.
The most extreme ride that we have here is definitely the blob.
Yeah.
That can get you from 20 feet to 30 feet to 40 feet. It depends on what you want to do.
Joel, I tried almost everything.
Almost
everything.
Almost.
I tried it. People. I tried almost everything. That one, 35 feet, I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I couldn't.
Why not?
Joel, my heart.
I know. And that has always been the major problem.
It's a pacemaker I have, you know.
It is. You got to pace
I'm 7
yourself.
years on it. And how long the boat have been in operation? 3 years?
Including construction, 3 years. So this is a 1974 old oil tanker, refurbished.
Yes.
This used to take oil and gas around the Caribbean.
Yes.
And when we found it, it was actually floating.
We have been almost everywhere. I've tried almost everything, but this,
One of a kind.
You have to try this.
One of a kind.
I did almost everything.
Almost
right?
everything.
No, on camera, we can see I did everything, right?
Almost everything.
On camera, you know. I
Okay,
did
yes,
everything.
Don't tell
Joel,
me.
I did everything.
She did. She went the slide.
Even the
rope
35
swing.
feet too.
Yes, she did. The high
Yes.
jump, the blob. She did.
Little green screen it.
She did. She did.
Bermuda, however, is an eco-lover's dream that make up the sovereign state of Antigua and Barbuda. Barbuda is home to the largest frigate bird colony in the Western Hemisphere, only accessible by a licensed sea taxi across the Codrington Lagoon. Renowned among bird watchers everywhere. So Antigua and Barbuda, the beach is rarely just the beginning. So whether it is sightseeing, activities and adventures, on and offshore, or just historic sites, there is rarely truly something for everyone. About cushioned by white sandy shores, blessed by 365 pristine beaches, Antigua, a tropical gem in a turquoise sea. As the locals will say, the beach is just the beginning. Come, join us. Let's dive in and discover.
That was good. Nobody ever do something like this before. Good, it's an idea, I get that song. Hey, don't be with the ideas. Right, and you're smiling.
What are you renting? Is it a car? Is it a Jeep? No, it's a buggy. This is Antigua. The terrain's nice, the beach nice, the view's nice. Let's discover the country. Let's discover Antigua. This is Antigua Airport Road. Let's go. Let's go to the beach, beach, beach. Let's go to the beach, beach, beach. This island nation is made up of 6 parishes: St. Peter, St. Philip, St. Paul, St. Mary, St. George, and the capital, St. John. St. John, the capital, is the hub of shopping. Antigua's capital, St. John, you can find 19th century buildings painted in a kaleidoscope of colors. Here, there's a home for boutiques, selling handicrafts, clothes, and jewelry, as well as several restaurants. It can be crowded when cruise ships are in town. In the capital is also the home for Antigua and Barbuda Museum, located in what is said to be the capital's oldest continuously operating building. You can learn about the earliest inhabitants of the island from the artifacts of ancient people. Not very far in St. John's is also the monumental building, the St. John's Cathedral.
You ready? Come, come! Cock up your big bumper on the bike back. Bumper ready for the RR bike back. See the junk of it, you can't ride that. You like that? the bike back. You know you shot up shots on the bike back. Tell a fight over man, you not fight back. Put your hand round me waist on the bike back. You like that, the bike back.